Thanks for hopping on the maintainer onboarding. We have one more after this one, and right now we're just pairing up on issues. I have a good feeling about this. I'm feeling sufficiently caffeinated, and we're so close to wrapping this one up. So I feel like we're gonna possibly get this done. All right. Hopefully, I didn't flash any secrets just then. Let's let's be optimistic. Okay. Uh, Here's the merge request that we were working on. And we pushed a commit over in the last week's APAC hours where we dropped in the query that Aaron graciously provided. And we're going to end up using this to detect whether the ref we have is a branch, a commit, or a tag. Um, Oh yeah, and I think we also added this method to our yeah. So we had a discussion of like we need to add a new query. We still have this like deprecated client thing, and from the mediator command, the start mediator command, the only client we have in scope is the deprecated client. So do we want to refactor everything to using the new client that we want to try to use, or do we want to use this deprecated client? And we landed on let's just solve the current problem at hand. It's okay for us to add a change to the deprecate client. We'll refactor all of that later. Um, so we didn't get sidetracked, and which is probably a good thing. Uh, so now I think we just need to consume this thing. We did do some of the renaming and commenting that you left in some of the asynchronous comments you left in this MR, Aaron. Um, and so we can I'll probably ping you to take another look at it all together to get more of your thoughts and see if this is in line with your thinking. But I think we're ready to move forward. So let me go ahead and check out this branch. Uh, okay. Let me go here and see where I'm at. All right, let's go to main. Oh no, I just need to go to the branch I'm working on. Okay. All right. We're so close. So close. Uh, so I think the only thing we're missing is so we still have some types that are failing, which tells me where to pick this up. So let me run yarn clean and then yarn builds TS to get the types that are failing. It's probably a way for me, I could do this easier in the VS Code, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, great. Fetch project branch. So there's one thought I had. So the last change we made was adding this to the client, this fetch ref metadata. That's what I was calling it. So I can now call client fetch ref metadata. That's great. Um, I kind of want to move this little bit of logic into its nice own testable function of, you know, I don't know, get get ref, I don't fetch ref, create ref. I don't know. I'm gonna call it uh fetch ref info, such a bad name. I don't know what I'm just gonna call it ref. Okay. Um I get really oh wow. Okay, what are we doing, man? All right. So if I have a ref that's like this, and I have a client, which is our GitLab deprecated client. Let me see what it's actually called. Oh, deprecated GitLab client. Yep, that's right. Let's go. We can import you, right? We can figure it out, right? We're smart enough to do it. You're not smart enough yet because we're not valid JavaScript yet. Okay, but now we're smart enough to do it. No, not quite yet. All right, I'm just gonna copy you then. Up. All right, we don't need this thing. All right. So I kind of want to create this function for given our string ref. Yeah, given this ref name thing that we end up with, given that, let's build the GitLab ref. What did we call it? Yeah, I think we called it GitLab ref. Yeah, let's build a GitLab ref that we expect from it. Maybe fetch ref isn't the right thing, but since we're dealing with the client, that's kind of why I called it fetch. Okay, and then we'll also take in the config just for fun. We don't need the full config. Maybe it's worth us just taking in the project path. So I think that's all we really need. All right. For right now, I can't stand how erroneous everything looks. So I'm just gonna return null. Let that. Jeez. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let that be.
Yeah, I was gonna say problems resolve with that and handle it.
Yeah. What did you say again?
For null, could you change the null to problems resolve? Or is
Oh
it
yeah,
problem?
that's a good idea. Yes, I could do something like this. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Yes. Yes. I see what you're saying. Come on, give it to me. All right. Still not giving it to me. That's fine. I don't need it. This is my OCD kicking in. Let's just be at peace with the errors. I have to accept it. I gotta be. Why am I fighting the errors? Errors are just a natural part of the cycle of life, and I need to just embrace it. But that's fine. So here, instead of doing branch, we will await something like fetch ref. Geez, I want you to be smarter. Like it's not, it's used to, I feel like it used to help me out a little better than it's helping me out right now. So I'll just type the stuff in, coming from utils, fetch ref, and that's fine. Why are you not happy? Is it because TypeScript kind of freaked out? I think my TypeScript server is freaking out. I think that's got to be it. That's why I'm not getting as helpful information as I did. So I went to restart TS server, which I find myself having to do every once in a while. I don't know if I find myself using VS Code having to do this, given that it's a uh, separate service like TS server. I'd imagine you'd have to do this as well if you're on JetBrains or something like that. But that's generally pretty helpful if you're find like, wow, I thought you were, a smart friend TypeScript. You're not acting so smart anymore. Usually the TS server kind of have to restart it. But now it seems a little better. Great. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. And so now we get this refy thing. Oh, but that's already a thing here. Oh, geez. Wait, is it a thing? No, it's not a thing yet. It's just not reference. Okay. Um, but then here's the interesting thing. It's like based on the ref. Oh, wait, I think we added this thing where every ref could have just a SHA. Yes, cool, great. And then I can just return the ref. Brilliant. All right, now we just got to focus on that utility function that we were going to implement. Sound good? Okay. I have something going off in the back of my head of like, don't forget this thing, but I totally forgot it. So we're gonna keep moving forward. If it's important, I'll remember it. All right. So the strategy here is, oh yeah. The strategy here is use ref metadata endpoint to, geez, look at that suggestion. No, stop. All right. Geez, all right. This is making me feel insane. This is like The Shine, right? Uh, I don't want to give away The Shining, but when yeah, this is making me feel like The Shining. All right, I can. All right, I this is so throwing me off, but I'm gonna try to keep moving forward. Um, I'm gonna use it to get an object of metadata, and then use the metadata to or yeah, we're kind of just gonna like not actual switch, but switch on the metadata uh to return a specific type of GitLab ref. Uh, that's our goal. Okay, so let's get the metadata. Metadata equals client dot fetch ref metadata, project path ref. Sweet. Okay, and so now we get this. Oh, like I gotta make all this ace. Okay, because then I need to await this thing. All right, so now I have all this metadata. Sweet. Okay, I gotta go back to this algorithm we were talking about over here. So we were at where if we pass in a branch name, tags will be null. And we will see it in branch names, right? That's kind of how we can determine this. So if we're a branch, tags will be null, and we'll see us in branch. If we're a tag, that's, oh, sorry. If we're a tag, that's the only time tags will be non-empty, right? So if we're a tag, tags will be non-empty. Like that's enough to just determine that. Um, um, so then if we're a full SHA, yeah. And then I guess we could just see else we're a SHA, right? That's probably good
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, it's essentially else if it's like commit-ish. I feel like I posted like the dictionary definitions of what like the GitLab reference or the Git references like
I
refer
see.
to.
I see.
So
It's probably
it
worth doing an else if because you know what, I will say we should probably do an else if to check that this was passed, because then if it's all null, we probably need to handle that of
yeah,
like you pass in something completely erroneous. Uh else if we're a SHA, or else if um
it resolves to
F
something.
is non-empty, we're a SHA, something like that. Um okay, let's try it out. So um if tags will be, oh, the last commit will be null, so we'll still get the whole thing. It's this last commit bit, that's what we were noticing.
Yeah, I think the GraphQL. So I aliased it so like the web underscore IDE underscore underscore alias like that refers to just like hey we can quickly grab the like the keys if we're going to do like object dot keys to iterate over. But I think if you go back to the query, it's like it tells you the GraphQL type name. So I guess the GraphQL type name was a tree. So essentially you get back a single tree object per those.
Yes.
But because I'm doing the query 4 different ways, because they're like depending on the arguments, it could be different. Then I just alias them essentially to like a way
Yeah.
is a simple prefix for the
I think
TypeScript code.
I think that makes sense. I think what I was a little what I wasn't so what I was a little confused about is what do I need to check as null? And it looks like it's not this bit, but it looks like based on these responses, it looks like I need to check that the last commit of that thing is null.
Yeah. So I think you always get back a valid tree object,
Yeah, that
but
makes
yeah, and if there's not a valid tree object, there would be an error in the graphical errors
yeah,
response.
that makes sense. Um, so if this is, so I'll just check the truth. Yeah, this so I'm a little more giving. So I want to do like, geez, uh, I'm gonna do something like this. I don't know if that's right. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's a better way to do that. But yeah, I'm doing something like this. If we don't have a tag and data branch names dot there's not a contains, is there? That's kind of lame. I could just do a
Includes should
in,
work on
that's the one, that's the one, that's it, that's it, that's it. Yes, includes is it. Yes. All right. All right. If we don't have a tag and branch names includes ref, we are definitely a branch. So we are returning. Oh, look at that. Sweet. What's wrong with you? Oh, I need to go look at the type. We have, it's not just like that, but then we got the whole, so then so this is the bit that I was like, maybe we could do this better. Like maybe we could do this all in one round. Because so previously I got this whole API response from give me the branch information, and it contained a bunch of stuff. But oh, come on, put me there. Put me in. I want to go to, yes, contain a whole bunch of stuff like web URL. Oh, and I guess I was using can push protected. I think I am using that.
Yeah, we can add that can push. I didn't know exactly what use cases we'd put this object through, but I think that it might have been three, or we might have had to go grab the branch off the project.
Right. So I think that's what we'd want to, I think that's how we're going to need to do this stuff. Yeah, so we are detecting that. So part of me was thinking, please stop. Okay. Part of me was thinking, maybe I wouldn't need to fetch that, and I can fetch all the information as I fetch that metadata from the GraphQL. Like I could fetch all of those permission stuff as well in one pass, but I'm thinking maybe I can't do that. We'll go ahead and do this to determine what it's going to be, but then I'll also have to still fetch the branch information, and that's fine. Let's see. Fetch project branch. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do something like this. I think this will be okay. Okay. So then otherwise, if we have all right, so let me go back though to okay, yeah, we should still be fine. Because I was thinking, all right, well, my thought was just now is okay, but wait, do I need to do like can push and protected? Do I need to do that for tags as well? But I realized, wait, you can't push to a tag. That's always going to be, I don't need this information for tags and commits. So I think the only time I need to make a second request is if we are a branch, I need to go ahead and make that API request. But the other ones I think I can just create here. So so here, if we're a tag, I think we're ready to go. I'm just going to return type tag. Name is the ref that we got, and Shaw is the oh yes, it figured it out. It knew what I needed. Web IDE tags less. Oh, come on, it's not letting me finish it. Sweet. That's great. Okay. And then the last thing, I guess, what we could do is um do we want to check if we're empty? Maybe just leave it as a to-do of like, yeah, I'll just leave it as a to right now. Check if um if commit actually exists. So we'll just assume that it exists right now. And so we'll return type commit. And we just get the SHA, which is going to be, we'll go in and return the full SHA that we got from here. We could probably just return the ref, but it's possible this is a short one or whatever. So let's just do the full one in case like, okay. I think, I think, I think this is it. I think we can build now.
Yeah, and not to distract too much, I'll add a comment in the code review. But essentially the result is if you like give nonsense back an invalid ref, you get back null for the last commit of everything but the head, and head points to the last commit on the main branch or the default branch. So and I'll add a comment of that.
Oh, uh, how interesting. That's maybe not like the best default behavior, right? Oh, wait, but head is because we're saying, oh, but I pass, right? Right? No, I'm not, am I, oh, this one I see. I see. Yes, because we've hard coded one. Yes. I see that. I see. I thought it was like saying, like, even though I pass in a bogus ref, it's like, oh, we're just going to default you with the, but it's not like that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I guess I don't know if we need that head one, but I think last time in the last onboarding call, we talked about
It's
if
been
we
like,
have like
yeah.
if we reference for creating a branch off of something. So
Mm,
I guess that's why we added that underscore head one. So I guess we should be mindful when we're using that, and maybe if we're not using it yet, we can remove it from the query for now.
yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, that is interesting. That's a good point, and maybe we can. I'll add a little comment there too, so when I'm doing a polish once over the MR, I can figure that out. Um, do we need this one? Maybe not. Um, uh, this will always return truthy. Okay. Did you see it's suggested an E? Never mind. I'm picking on it now. All right. So I could get a failure here. We are in, let's follow this. So we are in VS Code extension Web IDE. This has to do with checking out a branch. Um, it looks like, oh yeah, we changed this to be just the ref, but we're somehow just need to pull out the commit ID, which is great because we moved that to a property that they all share called SHA. So I can totally do that. We can pull out SHA commit ID from ref. Sweet. Oh, great. We're building now. All right. Now we're ready to run it and it's going to fail. Like, let's. We haven't run it yet, which is maybe a little concerning, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and start my GDK over here so that I can test it with passing in the access token and stuff. Since I can just pass it my GDK access token. So let me go ahead and start the GDK. Hopefully that starts up soon. And then up here, I'll start the Web IDE example project. So there's two things to keep. This thing logs two things. One is for everything it serves, and then one is for when it's doing a build based on the watchers. While this is building, a slight note on how this runs is the main task that's executed is the make example project. And so make is really good at determining what it needs to build. But the watcher is implemented with this thing called nodemon, which is just looking for anytime any one of these changes, we're just going to rerun the build. So I could be changing a JavaScript file that has nothing to do with it, and it'll be like, okay, we're going to run make build again. But make is good at knowing if it actually needs to do its thing or not. That's kind of how the watching bit is works. Cool. So all of that built successfully. That's great. Let's open up Chrome and go to the project. Let me see if GDK has started yet. Oh no, little guy. All right, we're just gonna run it without the access token for right now. While that's starting and see what happens. Okay, it failed, and that's fine. Oh no! Ah, look at this.
If you remove,
Your query is too complex, man. That's weird.
I'm running a more complex query locally though. That's interesting. Can I see the query that's in the code base? I was looking
Yeah,
at the branch, but maybe if you change it locally at all?
yeah. Let's check it out. Here we go. It must not like having to do so many tree because I think like
Oh,
one
it's
of
because of
the
the extra variables. I think the extra I didn't have I don't think I have a variable project path locally. I hard code it. So I think literally that extra variable puts it just over the complexity
really
limit.
okay. Well, I think we're already possibly not needing this one, so let's
Yeah.
remove that and see if that solves our problem. But hopefully, like, all right. Here's the side note though: is okay. Thinking of the full stack. Is this our best bet? Like, is this like is this actually making like 3 requests to Giddily under the hood
Yeah,
to
well, potentially. I wonder, does it make sense to ask like, is it a feature request to ask for a trees endpoint that takes a multiple and compaginated or whatever? Or not even if it's paginated, like if it like has a strict limit of you can only ask for like this subset of trees initially.
uh, yeah, let's try it with this bit and see if it passes, but then maybe oh no. Oh geez, that didn't help a lot.
It's dropped by 13. I'm surprised the variables affect the query that much. Like for the
You
branch
think the variable did? Or we can try to hard code it and see if that helps too. I I don't I have a feeling
I'm running against .com and I like in the Explorer tab
that's
and
true.
mine
That's
is
true.
like I added branch rules in the same query and I still have head and it didn't. I'll add in the. It's interesting, yeah. I guess I'm probably really close to the limit as well locally, but because I'm not quite hitting it.
It's still failing.
I hit the limit the other day, but then I just removed stuff. So let me see. I'm just gonna add in my path. Wonder if .com has a higher query limit for some reason than
Yeah.
whatever the GDK sets up.
Well, I'm actually hitting .com right now, but maybe though, since it's kind of sees it's coming from a third origin and not like maybe it's being a little bit more restrictive. Uh,
Hmm.
let me see. Are we yeah. All right, I'm gonna try the let's try the
Yeah, it's slash. Yep,
something like that.
perfect.
Okay. Um, why don't you like Discord? What's going on? I gotta do something like this. Ref. I'll just do main right now. Ah!
Oh, off. Do I have offset on? I do. What am I doing
Something
differently? I thought.
changed. Did something maybe something changed. Wow. It's a good thing we it's a good thing that we have what's the word? Took a week to implement this.
It's funny, man. Yeah, it on .com it still works for me. I guess when's the last time
I'm
you
on
did
.com. I'm on .com, but it's still working for you.
Oh, sorry. What? That's interesting.
So if I get rid of branch names, it's okay.
Okay.
And if I get rid of one of these,
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah, that's
Wow.
yeah, that's weird.
I guess yeah, maybe having the three trees in one query is gonna cause it to be too complex. I wonder what team owns that query. We can probably like reach out.
Yeah,
I think for the scope of this though, do we want to simplify the query? Should we have the branch names done separately from well no, we need the branch names within the same. Hmm.
let's see if there's another edge here. Um looking at I want to go to projects. I was so I have a tendency to like oversell things. I'm now remembering hopping on the call. I was like, we're gonna get this done. I'm so we had to even run it, and now we kind of run into like, oh yeah, we're gonna need to do this maybe a different way.
I'm surprised. We had the query.
I wonder if using no, not patch. I don't know if that's gonna do it. Paginated
That
tree.
would probably increase it because you'd have to ask for more. You'd have to traverse more in the graph.
Yeah, it's nice that tree returns last commit. That's cool. I wonder if maybe there's like a commits or refs or no commits. No.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm considering what am I
there's
considering?
there's a deprecated field that's marked as experimental. So it's introduced in 16.0 though. So I don't know if it's deprecated or if we just tag it as deprecated because GraphQL,
Um,
that's just what the
I
Explorer.
I think we use the deprecated sometimes to kind of like mark them as alpha, like kind of like still being tested or like
Yeah.
still experimental. Um, so it's not really deprecated.
Yeah. So that would be commit references. Then in commit references is available on the project level.
Yeah. So I have a new thought. Why why do I care that it's a tag versus a commit? I don't think I do. Uh
Yes, you only care about actual branches, I suppose.
yeah, like are we a branch or not a branch?
Yeah.
One more thing I had in mind was, do we need to like do the three trees in the query? I mean
Yeah.
the difference is that we are passing different ref type every time, but like
Yeah. So if you leave
what? Yeah,
like
go ahead.
I was gonna say, right, so if you don't pass ref type, it will include it will include objects that are not tags or heads. The other one's just
Hmm.
filters. And then like if you heads, you know for a fact it's a branch. For tags, you know for a fact it's a tag. We as Paul mentioned, we may not care about tags for now. And then ref also includes something. I may have added that in my comments.
All right. Here's my idea. And I think uh um I think I think I like this because it's going to do the most optimal thing for the majority of use cases.
Mhm.
Uh but let's assume we're a branch and try to fetch project branch.
Mhm.
Like if this works, we're good to go. Then otherwise use fetch ref metadata um to determine if we're to get the SHA, because that's really the only thing we're interested in next. Then I just need to get the SHA of whether I'm a short SHA or tag I'm gonna go make a request to get that. And then based on that SHA I get back, I can see, am I part of that SHA? Then I'm a commit. If I'm not, I'm a tag. Like that's good enough.
Yeah,
What do
in
you
which
think?
case we ask for the single tree, as Ahmed mentioned.
Yeah, so we'll have, I think so the get ref metadata will just need to have, I'm kind of thinking uh just tree last commit SHA. And we only use it for if we have a non-branch ref. What do you think?
Yeah,
Okay. Let's
and
will it work if I do should I do heads or will it work if I just do this one? Or do I need to pass ref type?
yeah, I guess one of the things we mentioned in the call was that it'd be nice to have like where to branch off of and like the default name. So I guess in the query, I'll try to be optimal and like getting as much information back as possible. But I think we could probably update get ref metadata to return if we use the branches underneath the repository and then use the search term as just the ref. I think that only returns back a single object, like especially with the limits that we had set. So we could potentially say branch names and then tree of ref last commit SHA.
Can you say that again?
Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
So we
I think I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you're thinking we would still maybe want to make this query first.
yeah, well, what additional information do we get back from the project branch query? I think we can do it all in like a smaller GraphQL query essentially.
Oh, maybe we can. Yes, that's a good idea. That would be the ideal. I'm now concerned though about this complexity thing we ran into. I'm gonna
I
try
think it's
not
fair
to
to,
worry about that.
I'm still surprised that sometimes like it was, yeah, I wonder if I think I have like the like next enabled, so I'd get the next version. So I wonder if maybe you don't have that enabled and somehow some complexity rules changed.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe he just doesn't like me. Uh, I am looking for like even if I want to just tell if it's protected.
So that, yeah,
I don't think I even have I don't
under
even think I have that information.
so under project there's a push rules prop.
Yeah, I don't think push rules is, oh maybe though.
It might be branch rules rather. Yeah, there's branch rules and then under that you get the names.
There's a branch rules you're saying,
Yeah.
so I can go.
So I think you want branch rules and then is protected and name.
Oh, but what's tough is like this isn't going to like this can contain like
Name and is protected. Is that sufficient?
not necessarily because what this one actually does, let me go back to yes, what this is actually does is going to use, because name can be a wild card, so it's detecting for this specific branch, so that logic is owned by the backend and is going to put your specific user's privileges next to it as well. So protected can mean that as a maintainer, that's okay for me, but as a developer, it's not okay for me. So all of that logic is like, yeah, we need the backend to give us that permission logic, which I'm not seeing a GraphQL endpoint for us to be able to do that.
There's a under repository. There is can current user push to branch.
Oh, really? That's it. That's the one. We have that. Oh, come on, come on, come on. How is it? Why is it so? All right. Okay.
So repository blob. Do we have to get blob?
So I'm hearing
Oh, it looks like it's a couple levels down.
Oh, in repository. I was in, yes. All
Oh,
right.
you can do the ref though to this. Okay, so blobs ref. So if we give paths,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I'm not, yeah. Do you see any other possible fields that could get us what we want?
yeah, it looks like it goes down through blob. Yeah, so like I need to figure out how to play with the blob endpoint. There's like a blob field. So there's definitely under repository blob, there's a can current user push to branch.
Oh man, that's interesting. Wait. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting to put with blob. Because like that's not going to be helpful for empty projects. Because you really need it just for the branch. But
Oh,
I could
that's
see it being helpful because at the blob level, a certain blob can be locked. But for the Web IDE, is like, well, we really need the for the whole branch, and then maybe possibly um fetch the locks differently. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this at the blob level. Okay. Um, so our options are this. I'm assuming I'm giving up on finding the perfect GraphQL field that we can use. Ideally, we could just make a backend update, but that's going to actually delay everything a little bit. So we'll do that iteratively. The options are this is we can make this request first. And then if we're a branch name, do the branch stuff. Or we can make just the branch request, just assume we're a branch only. And I kind of like doing that because the majority of cases are going to be that. And so it's like, we'll do the most optimal thing for majority of the time. And then just fall back to here to get the SHA whenever we're not a branch. What do you think?
yeah, I think that makes sense. Just hit the minimal amount of information for the most common use case.
Okay. Let's do that. So the first thing is we're going to try to do the fetch branch first. But the issue is I don't quite know what's going to happen if it 404s. Like I think it's going to throw an error. Um, so we could do something like this. I really want to see what kind of error it is. And then return null. But if it's not a 404, if it's like a 500 or something, we'll just blow up. And somehow we'll return a rejected promise for that regard. But then we'll be able to do something like if branch return type branch and SHA branch. Yep, that's what I want to do. Yes. All right. Okay. And so then otherwise, so here we'll just assume all of this. So I'll go to yeah. I'm a little I paused and thought like if I request the tree on the back end, it shouldn't be actually like getting the whole tree, but I'm concerned that maybe it is. Like and it's doing more than just checking for the commit. You know what I mean? So I kind of wonder if maybe instead of using the GraphQL API, we should just use the REST API. So I'm just requesting that maybe the GraphQL API is doing more. Ironically, am I too worried?
Yeah, I think we should probably like look at these queries and see, and like reach
Let's
out to the team. But I think that's after this.
let's let's take a quick yeah, let's okay, yes, you're right. Okay. I'm gonna add it to do. So I'm gonna go back to all right, let me go back to here though. So we have I do need to reintroduce the project path variable. Project. I think this is how it's done. I think it's something like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Were you authenticated already?
Yes.
So if you're authenticated, it should be 250 complexity. I remember seeing your the complexity level under that.
Oh,
So
you're
I
right, because I'm on how interesting. That must be it. Because I'm on
250
Chrome.
when you're
I'm not
authenticated,
authenticated on Chrome. Ah,
200 for on off, and 250 for authenticated.
wow. Okay, you found it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
interesting. Uh um so all right, now I'm thinking. Okay, that does bring up the question of like, okay, do we want to go back and use it? Because I think you can only use the web ID if you're authenticated. But I think a lot of me is like, we were so close to that level. It's I don't
Yeah, we're very close anyways.
yeah. Okay. Uh there's multiple ways to do a thing. Uh so this should all be working as expected. We changed this so that the result now looks the same. I just want to double check that. So that's great. So if I have the branch, I return the branch. Otherwise, I'm going to get the metadata from await client fetch ref metadata, project path, ref. Okay. So I need to still check if it actually exists, but we'll deal with that later. I was talking about I could just treat it like a commit, even if the looks taggish, we can just call it commit. But if I feel like maybe there's a need for me distinguishing between the two, I could check on the string. I mean, what do you think?
I think having the raw tag available, so if we want to propagate that in the UI later would be
Yeah,
good.
I mean that sounds helpful. All right, so let's do then. So I think it was something like this. Let me add. Is is taggish. uh, ref string full shop string. Uh, so I think maybe I could do this as is committish. Return ref or no, full shop starts with ref, right? Something like that. That means we're committish. Maybe if ref.length is greater than 6 and full shop starts with ref or something. Does it make sense what I'm trying to do?
Yeah, technically you can pass it like a different length, and I know I butcher the short commit things all the time.
Yeah,
So I think that might be too limiting for users.
that right. That's probably a good point. I feel like it's incredibly rare. I realize there's the edge case of like your commit is, something, and then you happen to tag it 00.
Yeah, I'd probably just put a note on this, like make sure you've checked that this isn't a branch or a tag reference before using is committed.
Yeah, I'm not exposing this one, so I'm just gonna use it locally, but like I'm gonna just add a comment of note. There's likely an edge case here where it's technically a tag, but still matches the SHA. We're not super interested in that case. We'll just treat it as a short commit, something like that. Is commitish. Ref metadata. Let me go ahead and pull from here the full SHA, or I'll do it like this. Metadata tree last commit SHA. Okay. Otherwise, we're tagged. Why are you so upset? What are you upset about?
It's expecting a name, I think.
Ah, yes, it totally is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Go TypeScript. All right. What's wrong with you? Oh, it doesn't like. Okay. All right. Let's see if this helps at all. All right, we're building. Okay. Going back. Reload. Run the thing. Oh, we pulled stuff. Hooray! All right, let's try giving it something that's the commit. Giving it this one. We're refresh. We're gonna give it the commit. And I should hit my debugger. Oh yeah. All right, what is this error? Oh, error has a status 404. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. We're not like matching on the error message. All right. If e.status equals 404, return null. We'll go ahead and press play. I'll do all this again. But if e.status equals 404, return null. Otherwise, I think I want to throw e again, and we should just die. So it might be kind of weird that I'm using await with a dot catch here, but I think doing try catch would be harder to read. Okay, let's see if this works. And it doesn't. Man, what's it? Oh, it didn't like my condition. What? Come on. It's probably e.response status. That's probably what it is. But I'm going to add the debug just in case. All right, we're right at time. I'm gonna try to. I really want to see this successfully, but if you gotta hop off, feel free to hop off. All right, here we go. All right, what is E? If I go to the console and I do e.status, that wasn't it.
Sorry, folks, I have to go. See ya.
Oh, see you. Oh no, it is the message. Oh, geez, look at that. Some reason the message is this JSON stringified thing.
That's fun.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I want to see it pass. To do handle other keys better. We're gonna go ahead and do JSON parse e.message. All right. I wonder why it was like that. I wonder why it's sweet. Look at that. Aw, yeah.
Business.
Finally, we're loading. All right, cool. So now I think the next user flow to check is that, yes, cool, we can commit to new branch. I don't need this drop down then when I'm doing that, and just double checking that all of this works as expected. And that's really exciting. So cool. All right. Hey, thanks for hopping on and helping out. Appreciate it.
Have a
All
good
right.
one, Paul.
Catch you later. Bye.